Hey everyone, Chad Winstead here coming to you from ASAP Photo and Camera. Today I'm going to talk to you about the Nikon Z7. The Nikon Z7 is an amazing photo and video hybrid camera, and it does both extremely well. I just wanted to go over some of the features with you, on some of the different selling points on this camera and what makes it different from, say, the Z6 or the DSLRs of the past. Okay, so it does have a full frame 45.7 megapixel sensor. Now, if that sounds familiar, that's because it's basically the same sensor out of the Nikon D850, but you're getting that in a 25% lighter and smaller camera body. Now, I personally love the grip of this camera. I feel like the weight and the overall functionality of this camera are amazing. The buttons are set to a perfect distance where you can reach everything intuitively, and it's just an overall really enjoyable camera to use. Now, it does have 5-axis in-body stabilization as well, so that sensor is stabilized in here, which makes it perfect for photo and video for up to 5 stops. It does 9 frames a second continuous shooting. So you can capture action, you can capture fast-moving subjects. The autofocus in this camera is amazing. So via the new firmware 3.0 update, we actually have subject tracking, hybrid autofocus, face detection, eye detection, all of that. So if you're a portrait shooter or a wedding photographer, you can actually track your subjects coming down the aisle and track them via their eyeball. So that makes it an excellent portrait and wedding camera as well. Now, it has an electronic viewfinder, which if you've ever looked through an electronic viewfinder, it might be a little weird at first compared to the DSLRs. But what that advantage is it's giving you real-time exposure, aperture and ISO adjustment. So you're seeing exactly what you're getting on the back of the screen and through the viewfinder. So I'll show you what that looks like here in just a second. It does have 493 autofocus points, so that means that those focus points are covering 90% of that electronic viewfinder. So if you're used to DSLRs, all those focus points are crammed towards the middle. This eliminates that issue and allows you to focus anywhere on your frame. So it's really a joy to use. It also has a silent shutter. So I mentioned wedding photographers earlier. So if you think maybe a church environment where it's really quiet and you don't want to hear the shutter clanking, you can actually set this camera to do silent shooting to where you don't hear anything. That's one of the awesome and unique advantages of having a mirrorless camera. Now, in terms of video and mirrorless, the autofocus in this for video is really awesome as well. You get a lot of those same features that you have for photo via video. Now, this camera does 4K 30 frames a second in camera. So you're talking really high quality video. It does 8K time lapses. And you can also do slow motion as well. So it does 1080p up to 60 frames a second. It has in-log, which gives you 12 stops of dynamic range for video. So you can also apply the Nikon 3D LUT in post-processing and get you some really amazing color, really amazing dynamic range out of this camera, and it's recording in camera that way. Now you can attach an external recorder and get 10-bit color as well. So you can still use an external monitor or external recorder and get even better video quality. But the features just right out of the box in camera are outstanding. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the body now. I'm going to turn the camera on and we'll kind of do a quick overview. And now this is the kit. So this has the 24-70 f4 lens attached. Nikon sells this as a kit, and they also sell the Z7 body as well. Now, the awesome thing about this camera is you can actually get the FTZ adapter. So if you're already a Nikon user, you can get the FTZ mount adapter and be able to mount all the Nikon lenses that you currently own. So you don't have to get the new Z lenses. All right, so looking at the top, like I said, the controls are great. The LCD screen is great, showing you the camera settings here. You can actually set up these U buttons here to have different settings, so you can switch between those. If you flip over here on the back, you're seeing that electronic viewfinder now. Full touchscreen, I've got it set to video mode right now. If you just flip this little switch, you flip over to photo, you can touch autofocus. You can also dive here into the menus, which, like I said, if you're a Nikon shooter, you should be very familiar with these menus. They didn't really change much, which is great. But you can actually use the touchscreen for pretty much anything. Over here on the left-hand side, you've got your ports for your external recorder, your USB-C mount, remote, and your microphone and headphone jack. I did mention the internal recording. It has one card slot and it's an XQD card slot. Now via the new firmware 3.0 update, you can actually use the new CF Express cards for fast recording. Now those CF Express cards are about 3 times faster than the new XQD card or the XQD cards. Same joystick as before off the 850. It's really amazing to use, but I really enjoy using the touch autofocus myself. But you have a back button focusing there as well. I'm not going to dive too much into the menus, but basically what you're seeing right here, you're also seeing through this electronic viewfinder as well. And it's just a really, really awesome camera. I've enjoyed my time with it, and I really, really enjoy throwing the FTZ adapter and having access to all the older Nikon lenses as well. Now it does take the ENL 15B battery, so you're getting excellent battery life out of this camera as well. All right, so that's a pretty much quick rundown of this Z7. Like I said, it's an amazing camera. It's basically a mini D850 in a lightweight body with even more features. So if you're interested in hybrid shooting or just want really, really high resolution stills and all those amazing autofocus features, this is the camera for you. It's at a great price point right now. Visit asaphoto.com or give us a call at 252-321-8888. We have quite a few of these in stock, and we'll be happy to make you a deal. Thanks so much, and have a great rest of your day.